Good afternoon, Americans. This is your favorite alien in Bubba here on Friday, October 26th. Wow, TGIF, huh? Hmm. Well, I wanted to do an open letter today to Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard. So, without further ado, an open letter so you can see what I'm trying to tell her. Here we go. Dear Congressman or Congresswoman Gabbards, this is your favorite alien here, sending you an open letter, and I hope you understand where I'm coming from. I'm glad that you decided not to run for re-election and concentrate your efforts on becoming President of the United States. I know that you have a military background and consider serve, honor, and defend the United States with its Constitution as your number one priorities. With that said, Congresswoman Gabbard, you know that your colleagues in the House are doing a disservice to the country. I'm not a pro Trump and I'm not anti Trump. I'm pro Constitution here. And I know you can't do anything about it because that's the way your House Speaker, Miss Pelosi, wants it to be. And then you got congressmen like Mr. Schiff over there who seems to have his head turned one way and he can't turn and look the other way. You seem to have the frame of mind to look 360 degrees and see what's down the pike. So I was wondering, Congressman or Congresswoman Gifford or Gabbards, if you can talk to your colleagues. I know the House is a lost cause because your colleagues in the House, they're just a disaster. Some Republicans are a disaster there too. Do you have any level headed Republicans in the House? I haven't seen any yet. But anyway, your colleagues in the Senate, especially your Democratic colleagues, I would advise you to tell them when this impeachment comes down, because you're hell bent on it, your party is, uh, you got to tell them that when it comes time to vote, that they have to sit down and say, I'm an American. I'm a senator from such a state. I represent my people in the states, and I also represent the people in the union. Did the House present enough evidence? It doesn't matter whether President Trump did it, is he guilty or not. But did they present the evidence according to the Constitution? And if I were a senator or even a congressman trying to vote for impeachment, I would vote no, Ms. Gabbards, and this is why. Your country in your Constitution is based on checks and balances of three levels of government: legislative, executive, and judiciary. The legislative is hell bent on impeaching the executive, but they haven't checked with the judiciary. Article 2, Section 2. Has he violated a lot of that? The judiciary hasn't come in and say he's violated this and he's violated that. With that in mind, how can you form articles of impeachment? And how can you be a Democratic senator or a Republican senator for this matter, voting yes or no? Voting no, I would because of the constitutional aspect. It would have a hard time voting yes. And it's not because I want President Trump not guilty. That is not the point here. The point is your country is on the balance, and they don't understand that. Well, anyway, just wanted to tell you this, Congresswoman Gifford. I know you don't have any influence over your pals over there in the House, but you might want to do some sort of a message to your pals in the Senate, Republicans and Democrats, especially when they're sitting there and listening to the evidence. Because it's like a district attorney having circumstantial evidence. And there's a lot of room for doubt in circumstantial evidence. And a lot of convictions are done on circumstantial evidence, which really comes back to bite them in the you-know-where later, when they get appeals and the state has to pay millions of dollars in restitution to the poor guy that spent years in prison. This is what worries me about your country right now, that you are in exactly the same position. Your House Democrats are being hell-bent district attorneys using circumstantial evidence to do this, and there is no yay from the other side. If you had a yay from the judiciary side saying he violated Article 2, Section 2, and there's a lot of instances that I put in other videos. Well, this is your favorite alien and Bubba, Congresswoman Gabbard. Have a good day.